Hi, it's the deer rutting time of year again. It's October, the first week of October. I'm in Bradgate Park in Leicestershire. Normally very crowded. You might get 20, 30, even 50 photographers here, especially over a weekend. Today's middle of the week and it's raining. In fact, today it's the first named storm of the year in the UK. But it's not raining heavy enough really. I've only come because it's raining, and first of all there'll be no people here, which is correct, but you really want heavy rain so you can see the rain lashing down on top of the deer. I've got a feeling when I look at these video clips when I get home I'm going to be disappointed. It's not heavy enough. But because it's not raining heavy enough, the deer are not getting saturated, and when they do, then they shake themselves like a dog and they get all that spray coming out of them. That would be nice. I have filmed that before, but it's only happened twice today so far, and it's got to be happening fairly frequently for you to stand a chance of having that particular deer in the frame with the video running before it shakes itself. Although I've got a neoprene cover on the lens, I've still put one of these loose covers on top. It's very waterproof material. You can get at the camera at the back, and you can operate the zoom from there as well. You can still turn the zoom. And so far I don't feel I'm getting wet. I feel dry inside here. I've got a waterproof coat on, waterproof trousers, my Wellingtons, so I don't mind being out in the rain. What I don't like is being out in the wind in a strong gale, and it's supposed to get very windy this afternoon, so I'm probably going to give up when it does. The camera starts to vibrate, the rain's coming down horizontally instead of vertically. You lose your sense of hearing, your sense of balance, everything. The main male here has just run off because he's seen another male. I'm going to follow that.
Nothing came of that. I was hoping for two stags to start fighting, but serious fighting between adult stags doesn't actually happen all that often. You've really got to put the time in. There's a lot of showmanship, a lot of roaring and chasing, but actually serious fighting is rare. The stags try and round up the females, but it's really the females that are in charge. If they don't want to stay, they can always wander off. When I looked at the footage, I was quite happy with the rain. It did show up quite clearly. And you can make it even clearer by going to slow motion, but the trouble is, with slow motion, you really want some action. You want the deer doing something. You also lose the sound. You can't slow down sound, it's distorted. It's the same with a singing bird. It's got to be at normal speed. But what I can do is I can replay that clip now, but I add the sound on afterwards. One track has got the sound of the rain coming down, and the other track has got the roar of a red deer stag. The rain shows up best against a dark background. You can see it against the tree, it looks very heavy, and against that bracken in the background too. But against the grass, you can't see any rain. So you're always looking for those dark backgrounds to emphasise the rain. All the time I'm looking for a clue. Is a deer going to shake itself? Well, it did, but I didn't have the camera running long enough before it did it. That's one of the differences between stills photography and video. As a stills picture, you could press the button at any time, but the video I want it to be running before the animal shook itself. At one point a small group of fallow deer came across, and I wondered what the male was going to do. but he seemed to treat them like an intruding male red deer. He was pushing them away. He obviously knows the difference between a female red deer and a female fallow deer. I made use of the rain on the small pond too. Moorhen with raindrops coming down. And that's at normal speed. And then at 5 times slow, it makes the raindrops a bit clearer. And a mallard. All the footage was taken on the Lumix G9 MK2, the 150 to 400mm lens. Due to the weather conditions, I just kept one camera body and one lens in use all day. I didn't want to start swapping over in the rain. One water droplet on your sensor and you'll need a new camera.
I've just had 3 male fallow deer fighting each other. That was quite dramatic. It went on for about 5 minutes, but it took me 4 minutes to get close enough because I saw it from a great distance. So I probably had about 1 minute's worth of video. But that is probably, since I started shooting video, the first time I've got male adult deer of any species fighting. And it is dramatic. I just want more. They did actually carry on, but they went into the bracken, and then you can only see the tops of their antlers as they're fighting.
On another occasion, I went to Bushy Park in London. I like Bushy Park. You don't have to walk so far from the car park, and the lake definitely attracts the red deer. If you want to photograph red deer in the water, Bushy Park is the place to go. And in the year 2025, there was a lot more deer in the water than normal. I don't really know why, but some photographers were lucky enough to get 2 stags fighting in the water. I wish I'd have been there then. But it's a regular thing, you see it every year. Just this year, for some reason, been more activity in the water than normal. And here we have 2 stags fighting, and although they are big males, the fighting was not intense. It's more a sort of practice run. They're quite relaxed about it. Thanks for watching.